what might you suggest we do about the awkward imbalance between housing and job opportunities? Too much housing, not enough jobs. And we're going to start off right over here on our left and work our way back. And then the next time we're going to come back this way for the next all question. So Bob, would you like me to review that question, or are you okay with that?
You're talking about striking the balance between housing and jobs?
Correct.
Well, that is the question today. It happens to be right in the teeth of an historic.
Grab your mic right there.
We're in the teeth of an.
Click it on. There you go. You're good.
That is the question today. I don't need to tell anybody in this room we're in the teeth of probably the hardest recession that I've ever seen in my lifetime. And as somebody who studied history in the course of this country, it's probably one of the toughest recessions we've had since 1929. At the end of the day, yes, that is the question. What can we do with jobs? We have an economy that's in transition. Southern California is uniquely impacted, given the housing crisis, in terms of not only foreclosures, but at the end of the day, vacancies, and how that compounds on one another. What we can do in connection with job creation, I want to commend the people that I think at City Hall, working within the bureaucracy that has made Chula Vista one of the leaders in connection with renewable energies. Some of the work that I did when I was in Sacramento and the work that I do today is basically workforce and job development. And in the end, we're in market transformation with energy. There are critical opportunities in connection with not only renewable technologies that Chula Vista could champion, given the level of sunshine that we have here in the city, but frankly, some of the older communities with housing stock that's somewhat dated. What we could do with energy efficiency in connection with weatherization and appliance replacement in connection with construction jobs. So what I'm seeing is emerging technologies, what I'm seeing is employment opportunities, what I'm seeing is matching up not only workforce training, but what we have in the community colleges with filling those jobs with technical and trained workers.
Okay, thank you, Bob. Larry, we're going to keep these at 1 minute responses. And go ahead, Larry. Would you like me to repeat the question?
No.
Okay.
Like the old saying goes, when life deals you lemons, make lemonade. The housing market has essentially frozen our housing boom, and of course we're still suffering from the foreclosures that are in large measure a result of excessive building a number of years ago. But on the more positive side, we're finally starting to get into something resembling a recovery. To maximize our position in this recovery as soon as possible, we have to do a much better job of visibly resisting the temptation to keep raising our taxes. At one point, we were attempting that, it seems like about every 6 months, sending a terrible message to businesses that might want to relocate here. We have a number of regulations that we've adopted over time, over a long time, that provide us very little good, but cost businesses a lot of money. We should be systematically going through our regulations and streamlining them and making them both more effective, both for the public and for investment.
10 seconds.
Okay, and we should be working on our fees, and we should have a program of recruitment, which we'll talk about more later on.
And I'm sorry for that misunderstanding. What I'll do is I will raise my hand just so that I'm not melting in the middle of your conversation. I'll raise my hand at 10 seconds. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And Pamela?
Can you hear me?
No.
No.
I think you heard me.
Hello?
Other? Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Well, we are finally poised to have some real progress in terms of our anchor projects that are about to happen, like the Bayfront development. What we've seen is, in the past, an imbalance with housing where we had whole neighborhoods that housing had to go in first before the businesses could go in, and then the businesses followed. But now we need to change the game and all get behind moving forward are anchor projects, projects like the Bayfront development, projects like the Eastern Urban Center, which is not just a housing but brings jobs and businesses and offices. We need to promote our university and finish the entitlement process for that, because a university and research park is going to be a magnet for job creation and quality job creation. We don't want just jobs. We don't want to just have the local, oh, sorry about that. That's my suggestion, is that we are uniquely posed with a great opportunity now to focus on anchor projects that can bring good jobs.
I'm Linda Wagner. In addition to those visions, which I also share, the Bayfront will be wonderful, the Millennia Project will be wonderful. I also think we can bring in one business at a time to Chula Vista. I think it's important that I, as a council member, attempt to do that. I talk to people all day, every day. I work for you at the city council offices now. I hear people tell me what they have available. I was just talking to someone about the aerospace industry looking for a distribution center in South Bay. Why not Chula Vista? I have this contact. I can probably get them in contact with the right people. We can start one business at a time. We also have to be careful not to chase away good paying jobs from Chula Vista. We have a couple of employers in Chula Vista that employ over 100 people, and we want to make sure that we retain those jobs in Chula Vista. And I think it's up to the council members to have relationships with those business people so that we keep the jobs we have and also entertain new jobs. So we also entertain new jobs in these broader areas. Thank you.
Is this on?
Yes.
My former profession, while I was on the council, because council was a part-time position, I worked for California Trade and Commerce Agency, and I actually was an economic development specialist and was successful in bringing a number of jobs to Chula Vista. While on the council, one of the things that I fought for and did not vote for is the pressure of the developers to convert previously zoned industrial and commercial space into residential. When there were, when it was a go-go time, they were always coming back to the council and wanting to amend the general plan in order to build housing instead of businesses. We still need to make sure that we have a balance and a land policy that provides for that space for businesses, because they will come. I too supported the university from the get-go. I was the co-chair of the university task force back in 2000, and the university will provide not only access to jobs, access to education, but access to thousands of good paying jobs that provide livable wages.
So I'm going to try to keep to a minute, and you're going to all be impressed when I do that, right? I'll still bill you for 5 minutes, but we're going to keep it to a minute. First and foremost, we got to get the Bayfront developed. That alone will add 7,000 construction jobs over the next 15 years. And then once it is developed, the study has shown that there's going to be 2,200 ongoing jobs, from people at high-level jobs to low-level, lower-wage paying jobs. The spectrum will be covered there. That's something that we've got to get out of our own way and get that developed. That's an immediate answer. Another thing we need to do, in my job, what I do is I work with people that are trying to start businesses. I set up their businesses, I introduce them to the right people, and one of the biggest challenges that these people have is trying to get over the hurdles and the bureaucracies at city and state government levels. At the city level, we've got to make this an attractive place to bring their businesses. We've already done that in that we have these wonderful communities. We've got a beautiful city. I'm proud to be a Chula Vistan. I have been my whole life. And we need to get that out and get that message out. So I'm a firm believer in the outreach. I'm a firm believer in the Bayfront development. And I kept it under a minute.
All right, our next question came up from someone, I don't know. But it says it's to all candidates, so what I'm going to do is it's a fairly quick one.
That was my story about businesses. I'm sorry, honestly, I've been broken deal 2.5 years. 12 hours is just one subcontracting. I just passed a message to Earl.